Join the OverSeasoned TV crew as we go to hang out in Mendoza. We're about to be in the land of Malbec and wild Arugula, and we couldn't be more stoked to knock this bucket list wine growing region off of our list. Welcome to Martin's Kitchen. Our great friend Ronnie Sanders was kind enough to hook us up with Martín Dicuzzo, one of the new generation of Argentine wine producers that is turning heads with his acid-driven, less extracted, fresher style of Malbec and other wines throughout the region. Martín walks us through the nuances of all the different vessels used to achieve different results in the winemaking process. This is a wine nerd's Disney World. Martín takes us on a stroll around the facility so we can get a better idea of what he means by precision viticulture. Witnessing the finesse for every step along the way just compounds our respect for the process. Naturally, we got super nerdy and technical, diving into all of the nuance of what makes these vessels work optimally. Winemakers really are just Walter Whites of the grape. Or maybe Jesse.
So we're in the bodega, and this is where you make all the magic happen, right? This is your kitchen, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about some of the different things that you look for in a great facility to make wines. What kind of things would a normal person that doesn't make wine see? Like point out some of the things that we're seeing within the winery, in the bodega, and kind of like maybe a quick little walkthrough of how all the magic happens in your kitchen.
Well, you have different vessels here, as you see.
Yes.
You have some amphoras there. You have steel tanks and concrete vats. So for different stages of the process, usually we ferment in the steel tanks. The temperature is controlled for more precision.
And tell me, what is it about controlling the temperature that's so important in the winemaking process?
Well, if you have high peaks of temperature, you can ruin the wine during the fermentation process. So usually, you're talking Fahrenheit in the US and we're talking Celsius.
That's all right.
But usually more than 26 Celsius degrees, the wine can be spoiled.
And when you say spoiled, what does that mean to you? Like, over-extracted, or do you literally start to grow some?
Yeah, over-extracted most of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that for you, being that you're a non-interventionalist,
yeah,
you don't want to have over-the-top extracted,
No, of course
super
not.
ripe flavors. You want a more balanced approach in your
we
wine.
are the opposite now.
You're the opposite.
Our style, we call it low intervention, that we can talk later about this.
Yes.
But our style is more trying to do the best that we can do with what we have.
Yeah.
So here you have control, but usually we have other different kinds of way of controlling the temperature.
Yeah.
For example, concrete, they act as a buffer. Yeah, these are the concrete eggs,
Yes.
which they have a really nice shape. So the wine is constantly moving. So they give better texture, because instead of you having to move the wine,
It is moving on its own.
it's moving very softly. That's why the roundish shape. This is very new, kind of 15 years ago.
Right.
It moves without anything on the inside doing it. It just kind of...
No edges.
Okay.
You have edges here.
Right.
Then you have corners. So different types of vessels for different kind of things in different stages. Some for fermenting and some for storing the wines, and different volumes of wines.
Yeah.
They give you different extraction and different styles.
So we're here with Martín Dicuzzo. What a great name. And we're in the facility where Magnamontis is made, and we're going to cover a few of the different vessels for making wine and a couple of the most important pieces of your bodega. So I guess, why don't we start with what looks like a beautiful...
Concrete egg.
Yes.
This is very modern style of vinification. Basically, you can ferment and you can age here. Usually we use it more for aging, because fermenting here is more complicated than to clean up the solids, the skins and the seeds. But basically the difference between this and maybe the square ones is the surface of the contact with the solid matter.
So there's less here.
This is less.
Understood.
So when you steam and start fermenting and you put again the skins, here is less surface of contact between the wine and the skin. And maybe in a square ones, like those ones, you have more surface of contact.
So let's talk about that really quickly. So when you're doing the extraction of the skins and the grape must on the juice, with the egg, you're looking for less of it.
Less.
Why?
Basically, different regions within the Uco Valley have different altitudes and more sun exposure.
Okay.
And usually you have in Mendoza, and the Malbec from Mendoza can be, not all of them, very harsh because you have thick skins.
Understood.
The tannins and the color, everything is in the skin. In the pulp, you only have water and sugar.
Right.
Everything that you taste in the wine and smell is in the skin. The thicker is the skin, the more aromas and tannins you have. So if you break here the solid and the contact is more aggressive, you have deeper wines, more tannic, more structure. If the other part, there is a soft extraction that you don't move and you have less contact, you have a softer profile of wines like mine. I look for elegance, finesse, not structure.
Interesting.
We can see it after when we taste the wines.
Understood.
And we can talk about this, but mainly, just not to be too technical, is the surface of contact. And then when I was saying before, after fermenting, when we age the wines, this shape is like the wine is in a constant move, naturally. So this gives more contact with the lees.
Interesting. So this is like a natural batonnage is happening within the egg.
You don't have to batonnage.
Even longtime respected practices and traditions warrant some innovative detours. Martín clues us into the new style of Argentinian wine. Fresher wines, less ripe, less extracted, and definitely less oak. The other part of the magic? We head to the cellar.
So this is where not all the magic happens, the other part of the magic happens.
The second half of the magic.
The second half, in some cases. So this is the cellar.
So in here, you've got all different kinds of French barrels, right?
Yes, and Americans because, this is, as I told you before, this is a new facility that I'm starting this year. I'm coming from another old facility. The guys are super young, so they are trying. They have bought different brands from different woods, from France, from America, because we are experimenting here. I'm part of this experiment. I'm super happy, super exciting. Because sometimes you go to another winery that is all set already, because they have been producing for years or decades. This is the opposite. So we experiment. We have free will. So this is, So we have 500 liters. So less contact.
Sure.
With oxygen.
And a classic French barrel would be 225, right?
Yes.
And
2025 is this.
Right. Okay. So maybe we can talk about a couple of the different barrels.
Yeah.
So this is a classic barrique,
yes.
No?
I use most of all this 2025, and I have 2 of 500 liters.
Which are this size?
Yes.
Awesome.
This one. Yeah.
And
3.
So what kind of things, when you're aging a wine in oak, are you looking for? What kind of, what are you hoping will happen as a result of your oak aging? In your particular case, let's say.
In my particular case.
Yes.
Polishing tannins.
So softening what feels like might be attacking tannins. Yes. Okay.
Highlight some what we call tertiary flavors.
Sure.
Terciarios.
Yes, tertiary, perfect.
Tertiary. Most of the oak barrels that I use are used. Second, third, fourth use. I only use new oak for white wines.
Oh, interesting.
Because I like the result. And I like white wines. I like to think about aging white wines for 10 years. So the tannins that you add with the oak barrel, they give you age potential. So the other part is aging potential. The red wines, the aging potential is giving here more for the tannins and the acidity, not for the tannins of the oak barrel. That's why I use oak. Only use oak barrel.
Understood.
Very neutral flavors, just for aging and softening tannin.
So when you're trying to manage your barrels, does that mean that you could potentially use new barrels on your whites, and then after a few passes, you could then transfer that usage to red wines?
No.
No.
White for whites, red for reds.
Always the same.
Yes.
Understood.
I've never seen Tony happier. Here he is, frolicking through the mountains, could care less about what's going on with the winemaking program, pulling some beautiful wild garlic, and don't even get him started about the incredible wild arugula that he sees throughout the landscape. In the Uco Valley in Mendoza, there's wild arugula everywhere. It was gorgeous.